Most baby boomer parents, and I will not say all, but a vast majority of baby boomers are highly narcissistic and sociopathic.
All right, man, get this thing here started, man. Let's go to the first video. Where is Peanut and Peanut? Let's get this thing here started. You know, hey, hold up. Peanut called me last night. She said, where's my damn money? yeah. And now she said, Dad, I miss you. I said, I miss you too. He said, nigga, you better have my money.
Bro, I hit you with a cease and desist. You got 90 days.
Bitch better have my money.
Bitch better have my money.
Yeah, let's go.
It's the Fish Jump Podcast.
Oh. Let's go.
If your parents were baby boomers, then I'm here to tell you that they set you up to fucking fail in life. How do you know if your parents were baby boomers? Well, if your parents were born between the years of 1946 and 1964, then they're baby boomers. Most baby boomer parents, and I will not say all, but a vast majority of baby boomers are highly narcissistic and sociopathic. Which means if you were abused by your baby boomer mother or father, 9 times out of 10, they tried to fucking cripple you all throughout your childhood to set you up to prevent you from leaving them. They want to stay codependent and enmeshed with their adult children to prevent their adult children from escaping and doing better than them. Toxic baby boomer parents are jealous and envious of their successful children. If the baby boomer parent does not have a close relationship with their adult child and their adult child turns out to be successful, that baby boomer parent will not acknowledge their adult child's success. They want a piece of your success because they're narcissistic and they want to be able to capitalize off of it and have bragging rights. Not because they're fucking proud of you, but more so it makes them look good. It makes them look like they did all the hard work to make you successful. Baby boomer parents were not real parents. They may have provided financially, food, clothing, shelter, which is the bare fucking minimum. And they'll try to make their children feel guilty because they did the bare fucking minimum. But it is their financial obligation to provide the bare fucking minimum or else they'll go to fuck to jail. But they'll guilt trip their children and tell them that's love. And it's not love. Most of us who were born from baby boomer parents had to take care of ourselves. Me being a Gen Xer, I had to learn survival skills as a young child into my teenage years, taking care of my siblings, cooking meals, helping contribute financially. You know, I had part-time jobs. That's because baby boomer parents are fucking emotionally disconnected from their children. And if they choose you to be the scapegoat child, you will be treated like a fucking slave. Let's just say if you get a disability check or an inheritance, tax return, your parents will take all of it. They feel entitled to it.
Wow.
You know what? I'm sorry to start off by saying, from my situation, I agree with her 100%. And that's from my situation. But man, she had some shit that was right on the point. That really hit home for me.
Yeah, that hit home for me in certain aspects. But also at the same time, I'm thinking, okay, is that just a baby boomer thing? Or is that just like people in general? Because I do know, wait a minute, because I do know some, not all baby boomer parents are like that. I do know some baby boomer parents that are not like that. Let's just say, perfect example. My mom and dad are the same exact age, baby boomers. Mm-hmm. My mom is totally different from my dad. My mom is what she just explained. My dad's not like that. But he has some of those tendencies.
Yeah.
I do know some people who have baby boomer parents that are like totally like they support everything that they do. And it's like, damn, why couldn't my parents be like that? Why did I have to start working at age 13? So it's like, it depends.
Well, before I pass it to my broski over here, for me, it hit home for me because a lot of things she said really like, damn, do she know me? You know what I mean? Because now
she was looking
I don't want to get it. I don't want to get it twisted. I love my mother, but I don't like my mother. You know what I mean? Because of some of the things that, like, as a youth, I always thought that she was preoccupied with
Her lifestyle.
the men that she was dating, her lifestyle, than she was with me. You know what I mean? So a lot of things that I did looking for affirmation, I'm looking for
Love.
love. I'm looking for the congratulations. Oh, look, Mom, I made the football team.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, okay, man. Never came to a high school game. Never came to my college game. So, she was always so preoccupied with her life instead of dealing with, or helping me with mine. Especially like I wanted to go to the military. I didn't even want to go to college. I wanted to go to the military. She completely blocked that. So yeah, she hit home.
Yeah,
For me.
I completely understand, and I can agree with you in that aspect because my mom was like that to an extent as well. So it was like my mom and my dad were married, and then they divorced, separated, and got divorced or whatever. But during that marriage, during the time of them being married, I got all the attention possible from my mom. But then as soon as they separated, it was like I didn't even exist. And so then it was like, okay. That's like how you were just saying, there was no support. It was just more so, okay, this is what I'm telling you to do. This is what you do.
Yeah.
Like, why you can't support me in my endeavors where, I had my dad on the other end. He was just completely emotionally disconnected. He just didn't care. He was just doing his thing. It was like he was living a whole little single life. But now the roles have reversed. So now it's like he's giving me that attention that he should have given me then, but now was too overwhelming. So now it's like, okay, I guess his way in being connected to me is, oh yeah, I need help with this, or I need that. And it gets to be a little bit too much sometimes because it's like, wait a minute, come on. Like I'm trying to live my life. I'm older now. And it's like, every time I turn around, you calling me for something, like, come on. And then with my mom, because we don't really speak like that. So it's just like, okay, now you're trying to make up for what you messed up before. It's too late now.
Yeah.
I'm an adult.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Just want to first of all, shout out L Boogie. What's up, L Boogie?
El Boogie in the building.
Next week is our week. We getting lit. We turned up. That's number one. Number two, Sharon Moore. I love you, woman, because she is a baby boomer, and a lot of stuff that y'all saying that y'all experienced, I didn't experience. Thank God. My mom is the type of person that, like, when it comes to money, I can give my mom $3 or $3,000 and say, Mom, hold this for me. Do not let me spend it. I could come back 17 years later and be like, Mom, can I get that money now?
Get my $3,000.
Okay, cool. We're going to go to the blah, blah, blah. That was a lesson that I thought everybody's parents did. Like putting bills in kids' names and all that stuff. That was foreign to me. When I became like a early adult, and people was like, yeah, my mom put the gas bill on my name. I'm like, wait, what? So a lot of that stuff.
A lot of moms did that.
Yeah, my mom didn't do any of that stuff. Like she really like instilled stuff in me and my sister. The one thing I can say is she was emotionally disconnected. My dad had a heart attack when I was 6 years old. So all the stuff that most dads teach their kids, especially their sons, throwing football, riding a bike and all that, he couldn't do with me because he couldn't be outside in the heat in the summer when it was time to do that stuff. So my mom, I remember my 8th grade year, we was one of the best basketball teams in the city. And my dad was sick a lot that year. My mom came to one game and she was sitting there like, you would have thought we was at jury duty. She was in that joint like, we went into overtime. I come running over. I'm like, Mom, we going to overtime. She's like, does that mean it's over? I'm like, bro, like, damn.
He's like, is it time for this to be over?
Yeah, I'm like, bro, can you come on show me that you care about this? And
You
then
invested.
I've always been a good student in school. I got skipped a grade, so I was very intelligent. My mom would get my report card. She ain't look at not one grade. She would go right to the back.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay, it say right there, the teacher saying
cards.
you can't focus. I'm like, how can I not focus? I got a 97 in this class. So what do you mean I ain't focused?
Trip.
And
That's
I'm
called
like,
they're gonna
and I'm
guilt
like,
trip.
we never was that close. Like, I love you. I really would do anything for you. But we've never been that close to where I feel like I can just call you and just say, hey, Mom, what you doing? So I did agree with her on that part. Like, emotionally,
Mom.
we ain't really never locked it in there. So
Yeah.
I do agree in some of her parts.
Yeah, like I said, don't get. I'm like I said, don't for me. Like I said, I love my mother, but I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and she said something that really hit home when she was like, our parents, they just didn't know.
They didn't know.
You know what I mean? So you can't blame them for what they don't know because they was completely oblivious. You know what I mean? So was it their parents? Because I know my grandparents. Oh man, they was loving. They was, come on. You know what? Come on over here.
Yeah, like my grandmom was born in 1924. My grandma, even to the day she died, she didn't know how to write a check. Like she didn't. It was just stuff that she just didn't know because of how the time she was born. So like my grandmother wasn't nurturing, but you could tell she cared. Like, you could tell like when my mom and them would go on ski trips and all, we stayed at my grandma's house. She made sure we was fed. She made sure she was in the door every 5 minutes. Let me check on my grandkids, make sure ain't nobody bothering them. Because if somebody come over here and bother that little skinny, scary one, I'm going to whoop y'all ass. Because
it's going to be a problem.
He a little timid. So I knew she was there. She cared about
it.
But she wasn't like, I see some of my cousins, the way they are with their grandmoms, they kiss and hug. They got little pet names and they play around. My one cousin, his grandmom, he called her, hey, grandmom, she in the window like this. I'm like, oh, dang. Like they do all kind of crazy stuff together, but I never had that relationship. So to me, I swear,
she on there throwing gang.
Every time she see him, she like, get your fat ass out the way.
Oh, Lord.
Yo,